The following contains strong language, graphic depictions of gore and violence, and product placement. Listener discretion is advised. Game of Chance. I was driving on the highway going about 85. To my left, there was a semi with its front bumper about halfway along the length of my car. If I veered that way, I wouldn't clear the truck and there'd be about an 89% chance that I would die. The trucker would more than likely be okay. I'd say a survival rate would be around 97.53. To my right, a husband, father, was changing the tire of a broken down vehicle. A wife, mother, stood nearby holding her baby and watching. If I veered to the right, my chances of survival would be about 48%. However, there was roughly a 79% chance that one or more of the family members would die. That probability might even be a little higher as the car was parked right next to the edge of a cliff. To make things simple, I could just jerk the steering wheel now, avoiding both the truck and the family entirely. The edge of the cliff immediately to my right is unobstructed. My car will fly off and I can enjoy my first sense of weightlessness for a few seconds. There would be a 100% chance that I would die, barring any supernatural or spiritual interference, and a 100% chance that everybody else would live. But I really didn't want to die yet. That's what makes this so complicated. Now I could just keep going. The problem with that is the red rubber ball in front of my car. More specifically, it's the 9 or 10-year-old boy chasing that red rubber ball in front of my car. The mother holding the baby is just now turning her head towards him, not yet fully capturing the dire situation, and the father is so focused on his tire changing duties that he doesn't even notice the boy is no longer inside the broken down vehicle. It's not that deep. I know the right answer. It's just executing it is unsavory, at least for me. Maybe the truck driver is a Trump supporter. I can't see him from this angle, but that doesn't make it any better. If I veered to the left, he would hardly feel a thing in that huge vehicle. Plus, he'd probably slam on the brakes, causing the drivers behind him to crash into his trailer and each other. There's about a 64% chance that 3 or more people behind him would die. Maybe they're Harris supporters. Still, that doesn't make it any better. Politics are nuanced. Maybe this family deserves to leave the earth. I do hate stupid people, and they are idiots for trying to change a tire next to an active highway. And the boy shares their genes. Running out into oncoming traffic? Stupidity deserves to be minimized so that we as a people can move closer to perfection. Maybe I'm just helping nature along. Nah, I've been broke. I've had to change many a tire under many an extreme condition. And I can't blame the kid either. The boy is a boy. He's supposed to be dumb at that age. He's still developing his situational awareness. He's still developing in general. His best years are in front of him and mine are behind. So that just leaves me. Do I deserve to die? I don't think I'm bad. I don't think I'm good. I'm pretty cynical, but I do make people laugh, but then they may be laughing out of pity, just trying to be nice, which means I'm an inconvenience. No, wait, I gotta dig deeper than that. This is life and death. More importantly, my life and death. What about that one time I saw my friend, an incredible singer, working at Walmart? After we talked for a while, I said, seeing you here is like seeing Lauryn Hill work at McDonald's. She quit the next day to pursue her passion. Now she's locally famous, maybe even known on a small scale worldwide. She's collaborated with some pretty big names, and that's all because of me. Pepsi. No, that doesn't matter. I know the right answer. The golden rule, do unto others. As a human, I'm supposed to watch out for my fellow humans, even if that means sacrificing my life. But I really don't want to die. I still got shit to do. I started that podcast. It sounds small, but I've never been an entrepreneur. I've only worked 9 to 5, so I've never taken any control over my life. Is this God's cruel joke? The only thing he'll let me control is my death? That's the one thing I don't want to be in charge of. I want it to happen quickly, painlessly, and without warning. But not now. I want to see my parents again. I've never been to Europe or Canada or drank absinthe. But this is what has to be done. So my brain tells my arms to turn the steering wheel. But they refuse, and I keep driving straight. Well, straight-ish. I aim for an opening between the boy and the broken down vehicle. There's 100% chance I'll make it. Once I do, I'll yank the steering wheel left, swerve back onto the road, leaving only the bewildered opinions of the other travelers behind. They'll say, "Did you see that? Man, people are crazy. Dude almost bought it." But that's it. It won't end in calamity, and nobody will remember me the next day. As I get closer, I realize there's 100% chance that I'll make it through the opening, but a 0% chance that I'll do so without hitting something or someone, but it's too late. The driver's side of my car nicks the boy, knocking his leg clean off and causing it to soar into the sky like a home run. His body spins like a top into the fast lane. The trucker tries to avoid, swerving, but slams into the boy, turning him into a chunky mass of liquid and flesh. The semi then slams against the concrete barrier, posing as a median, tilting one way as the driver pulls his steering wheel to the right to overcompensate. The truck straightens, then tilts. He then pulls the steering wheel to the left, but the momentum of the giant vehicle has already made up its mind. Before the tractor-trailer slams sideways into the road, the driver is ejected, smashing through the passenger side window and underneath the vehicle to be ground up as part of the asphalt. The cars are unable to stop in time. They slam one by one into the back of the trailer, becoming a cyborg-like junkyard mass grave of metal, flesh, blood, and oil. The right side of my car hits the broken down vehicle, causing it to slam into the husband's head, killing him instantly. It bumps the mother, pushing her into the street where the baby bounces off of her hands like a hot potato. She finally secures the child and realizes she's in the path of an oncoming vehicle. Fortunately, she steps away in time. Unfortunately, she steps a little too far off the road and goes free falling over the side of the cliff. My car spins out and comes to a stop at the edge, teetering on the brink of eternity. The trunk hovers over the precipice while the front bumper faces the highway. My hands are gripping the steering wheel so tightly that I fear I may either crush it or break the bones in my fingers. Ahead and to my left, people are running, some on fire. The husband's body is underneath the car that tried to stop in time. Over my left shoulder and down, way down, I see the broken body of the mother. The red rubber ball rolls slowly to the edge of the cliff and sits there as if enjoying the view. Well, if I didn't deserve to die before, I certainly do now. I let go of the steering wheel and climb into the back seat. The car tilts. For some reason, I pull out a cigarette and light it. As I inhale, a penny falls from the dashboard and rolls to my feet. The car plummets over the cliff. As I watch the ground rush toward me, I close my eyes and wonder. Oh, what the fuck was that? Told you, Tony says, removing the VR glasses from my face. I look around, adjusting to the sight of men and women in lab coats, taking notes. I'm still teetering on the edge of reality, so I don't hold back, plus Tony is always unprofessional, so I feel free to speak my mind. Told you? You said it was a game. It is. We call it Ethical Highway, a theoretical real-world trolley problem-esque scenario like in The Good Place. Notes? Notes? Oh, get rid of it. Get rid of all the violence. I mean, it was too much. It felt like real. Where did I get the cigarette from? And the mother and the baby? I mean, come on, man. I scan the room and the men and women staring back at me. That's when I notice their faces. The husband, the mother. Y'all modeled the people after yourselves? You guys are fucking sick, man. You need Jesus. All the hell of you. I said, this shit is gonna give people nightmares. No, this shit is gonna give people a lifetime of mental trauma. I look away, lost in thought. A tear slides down my cheek as I reflect on some of the scenes from my life or from the game. The lines are blurred along with my perception of who I am. I don't know if I'll ever get past this, I said, trying to pull it together. That's interesting, Tony says. So, do you want to play again?